Let me show you how to do the first configuration on Samsung Galaxy A37. Once you turn on your phone, we want to tap on the start button that we have here at the bottom of the screen, and then of course we can proceed. Now we need to choose the language that we want to use on our phone, so I'm gonna choose English, United States. There we go, and let's go next. Now we need to agree to the end user license agreement, and then we're gonna go next. There we go. Now we can set up our phone by using our previous device. So if you still have your phone, then of course you can use it in order to, for example, sign in automatically to your accounts, copy some settings, and so on and so forth. So if you want to, you can easily do so by using one of these two options. In my case, I'm going to perform a clean setup, so I'm going to choose Setup manually. Now we're going to choose the Wi-Fi network that we want to connect to. So you can choose your network in here. You can open the QR code scanner, so you can use the Wi-Fi QR code if you have one. And also we can use the turn off Wi-Fi option if you don't want to use Wi-Fi, and if you want to use, for example, mobile data instead, and you can skip this process completely if that's what you want to do. In my case, I'm gonna sign into my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna connect to my Wi-Fi network. All right, after connecting, we're gonna tap on next. Then we need to wait for the service provider setup, which usually happens when you have SIM card or SIM cards inserted into your phone. And usually after that, you have to tap on restart in order to, well, restart your phone. And then we're gonna go back to the initial configuration again. So let's wait for the restart to be done. After the restart, we have the option to connect to mobile network. I'm gonna actually turn it on over here, and then we can go next. Now we need to wait a couple of seconds. After that, we have the option to copy apps and data, and usually this is also the method that allows you to restore backup from your Google Drive or Google account if you go next. Now in my case, I don't really need to copy any apps and data since I want to perform a clean setup, so I'm gonna tap on Don't Copy. And now let's wait again. Now here we can sign into our Google account. Now, at this moment, we have the option to connect by using your phone number, for example. So if there's like any phone number associated with your Google account, then you can easily use it in order to quickly sign in. But if you tap on skip in here, then you can just use your credentials. So that might be the preferred method for you. So if that's the case, then of course you can go ahead and do so. You can of course create a new account on your phone if you want to start using a completely new Google account. You can also skip that option completely if you don't want to sign into any Google account just yet. After signing in, we need to choose who will be using this device. In my case, I'm gonna be using it, so I'm just gonna tap on the next. But then we need to agree to Google Terms of Service. So let's tap on I agree, and then we need to wait again. Now we have the option to create a screen lock password, so you can use a PIN code, password, or pattern. And then in addition to that, you can set up the face recognition or face unlock feature. And also we have fingerprints, so you can enable the fingerprint scanner. In my case, I'm gonna skip that. I don't really want to set up the password right now. We can of course skip this anyway. And if you decide to actually set up a password on your phone, then you can do this via settings, or of course you can use the setup that we just have seen. Feel free to of course create your password for your phone immediately. And then in here we have some Google services. In my case, I'm gonna turn off everything. In your case, you probably want to read all of these options and then you can decide by yourself if you, for example, want to use location straight away or not. One thing that I can recommend you to do is you can disable allow scanning, and this option is available if you do use location. And it is used in order to scan for Wi-Fi networks and nearby devices at any time, even when the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth is disabled, which is not really necessary. It actually saves the battery if you disable this option. So of course, since it is not really required to use this feature all the time, there is no need to have it enabled. And whenever the phone needs it, you will be informed about it and you can turn it on pretty easily. Now we have the backup option provided by Google, so you can back up photos and videos as well as other device data that is listed in here. You can uncheck any of these options if you don't want to include something in your backups, and then you can tap on the turn on backup. And in case you don't need Google backups, then of course you can tap on a don't backup, and this is what I'm gonna do. Now we need to wait again. Now we need to choose our search engine. Usually we can also choose the default browser. I'm not sure why now there is no option to choose the default browser, during the initial configuration. But if you do have the option to set up the default browser, if you have the option to choose, then of course you can easily do so from this list. And if you are not sure which browser you can choose, then I think the most popular choice is the Google Chrome browser, so you can choose that. And as for the search engine over here, of course the most popular choice is Google, so I'm gonna select it in here and then tap Set as Default. There we go. Now we have the information about a couple of Google features, such as the Gemini over here. You can also set up the Hey Google voice activation for Gemini. So if you wanted to use that, you can tap on the turn on, and most likely you will have the setup, which is also pretty simple. You just have to say a couple of sentences out loud that will be displayed on this screen. In my case, I never really use that feature, so I can just tap on no thanks in here, and then we can proceed to the next menu. Now we have the option to sign into a Samsung account, which is needed to use a couple of additional Samsung features. For example, without the Samsung account, you will not be able to access the Galaxy store. And of course, at any point, you can still sign into your account in case you change your mind. But if you don't want to sign into any Google account, or if you don't have an account, then you can tap on Forgot Password or don't have an account at the bottom of the screen. And then in here, we have the option to create an account. Now, if you don't want to sign into any account at all, then you can tap on Setup later in Settings. Then we have the information on what is accessible with the Samsung account, or what you will miss if you don't use a Samsung account. So if you change your mind, then of course you can tap on Sign In again. I'm just gonna skip. Then we have a couple of Samsung services, which I'm gonna leave enabled. So we have the auto blocker, customization service, and personal data intelligence. I'm gonna tap on Agree, and then we can move on. Now we need to choose our display mode, so we can choose light or dark pretty easily. So choose your favorite one, and then we can go next. There we go. Now we need to wait again. And in a couple of seconds, we should be able to find recommended apps. Although you might not see it, I'm pretty sure most people will actually see this menu. Now, of course, over here we have updates that we can do straight away, which I'm gonna, of course, do. Then over here, you might see some additional apps provided by your operator or service provider. In my case, I don't need it. And there are also essential apps, which is just bloatware, which unfortunately we cannot really deactivate. But thankfully we can uninstall it later on. So I'm just gonna go next over here, and we are all set up. So we're gonna tap on Home. We should be redirected to the home screen. Let's see if that is the case. Actually not, there is some more stuff. There we go. First, in my case, I have the configuration of SIMs, and because I have 2 physical SIM cards inserted into my phone, so of course I can set up the names. I can choose the preferred SIM for calling, for messaging, and for mobile data. There we go. And there is also Discover and Install Great Apps, which is pretty much an information about the bloatware. Now, if you are interested in what we have in here, then you can tap on Continue, and then you can, of course, go with the setup. So in my case, I'm male. Let's go next. And then we need to choose our age. And then we have app recommendations. And there we go. This is simply bloatware. And of course, you can install them if you want to. So you can also uncheck these popular options. Although it seems that these ones at the top are actually unselectable. So I'm not sure if they are. Oh, there we go. We have to tap on these apps in order to uncheck them. So if you actually went into this menu and you want to make sure that these apps are not going to be installed, then you have to tap on them, and then we can turn it off. And you can actually skip this completely if you have this initial menu that we saw about discovering new apps and so on. Then in the upper right corner, you will find the X, which allows you to close this and skip this. So let's finish finally, and now we have our home screen. So that is pretty much it. Now, if you're looking for more guides for Samsung Galaxy A37, then be sure to check out my channel. I am going to make lots of tutorials for this phone. You can also check out the playlist that is dedicated for this phone, and leave a like and subscribe.